Hello friends, welcome. So we have the modal and we can search and make sure you have run the Meilisearch here to work correctly. But if I close this, so if I click outside, it's going to close, and if I open again, we can see the query is not reset, it's not clean. So we have the previous search and also the results the same. And I want, when I click here, I want, when we close the modal, I want also to clean the query and the results. Next, in the Laravel, we take the search here as an example. We can see, we can open the modal also by just pressing the slash key on the keyboard. So if I type slash, yeah. Also, we can close just by pressing the escape key. We can open also by pressing the command K. And let's search for something. And we can navigate using the arrow up and down. Okay. Now let's do something similar in our project. But first, I said, let's fix this to clean that. What I'm going to do in the VS Code, let's open the guest plate, and on the input I'm going to add on click event. So on click away or outside, I'm going to say not modal open to false, but I'm going to create the reset method. So save that and let's create this reset method in the search.js. Here, let's create that method, which is going to clean the modal open to false, query empty string, and the results to null. So let's say down there, this results to null, this query to empty string, and this dot, not index, but I want the modal open to be false. Save, come here and refresh, and why we have something like this? Yeah, because we closed that. We don't need to close, just, and now let's try, search for something, click outside, open, yeah. Next, let's open and close the modal with a keyboard. So on the body, I'm going to add on the key down event, key down.meta.k, and if we click that, I want this modal open to be true. And let's save, come here, refresh, click the command K, good. Let's close, and now let's work this into the same, but change the key instead of meta K, I'm going to add escape key. On the escape key, I want, and I'm going to call the reset method again, which is going to close the modal, so modal open to false, initialize the query with empty string and results null. So let's say that, reset, call that, save, come here, refresh, and let's command K, and let's search for something, escape, yeah. Okay, next thing what we need. Okay, now let's work with the navigation using the arrow up and arrow down. And in the Laravel also, you can, if I inspect here, input, inspect element, you can see we have on the key down, arrow up, prevent, and is calling this focus previous result, and on arrow down, prevent focus next result. So let's do something similar. So I'm going to call on the arrow up the focus previous result, and on the input we need to do that. So let's call the input, and but not results. I'm going to say, or we can say result, no problem. And then for the arrow down, focus to the next result. So let's add that. And now we need to create the focus previous results and the focus next result method in the search.js. So I'm going to copy that and come here. And the next result, which is focus next result, this one, and paste it here. Now let's also save this one. And now we need somehow let's close this. And let's come here, and when we click search for something, I want to track the result index. So if you go here, and yeah, here we have the x4 and hit, and also we have the index in a results index. Now I'm going to create a new state in the here. I'm going to say the selected index, selected index, or we can say, let's say selected hit index, better, I think. And initially this is going to be 0. Now on here on the anchor tag, I'm going to bind a new class, and I'm going to say the class, not text indigo, but let's give it a bg blue of, let's say bg blue 300, and this is going to only if the no hit type, but the index, if the index, so the index is going to be, it's going to start from 0, and if we have the result hits length of 20, the index is going to be it's going to start from 0 to 19. Now if this is triple equal to the selected index here we created, which initially is 0, and this index also is going to start from 0 if we have results. So this means the first result is going to be highlighted. So let's search here. Now when we click arrow down, I need to add one to this selected hit index, and we can do just in here. So arrow down, so if I just add the selected index ++ and save, yeah, if I say arrow down, but yeah, for down is going to work, then it's going to lost, because just is going to increase the number, and we don't need that. What we need is, let's go here, and on the focus on the next result, I'm going to check first if this selected index is smaller than the results hits length. So if we have here 18 results, if that is smaller than that, I'm going to add 1. Otherwise I'm going to select reset to 0. So let's do that. Let's check if this selected hit index is not triple equal with that, but is smaller than this result hits length -1, because as I said, the index is going to start from 0 and the length is going to start from 1. So if this is 20, the index is going to be 19. So for that, I added the -1 here. And if this is smaller than the length here, which means is not equal to 18, I'm going to add 1. If that is equal to 17, which means is here, I'm going to reset to 0. I'm going to assign to 0 and go up here. I think it makes sense for you. Just let's say this dot selected index plus plus. Otherwise, if that is not the case, so if this is not smaller than the length but is equal maybe, I'm going to say this selected index equals with a 0, and then it's going to be 0 and add plus plus again. So let's search. It's going to scroll down and then initialize to 0 again and assign to 0 again. Good. Let's work with the up now. So arrow up, which is for the focus previous URL, and here we are going to check also here if this results index. Now here I'm going to check if this is triple equal to 0. Okay. Now if it's 0, which means, and let's search for something, is here, and we scroll and we click the arrow up. Now we need to assign that with the length, with the results length -1, which is the go up here, down here. Okay, so let's say this dot selected index to be equal with this results length, but not just results. We need to say results dot hits dot length. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to say this selected index minus. So let's see now. Let's save and then let's try. So scroll down, scroll up, and it's working correctly. Good. Now if I click enter, nothing is going to happen. If I click with the mouse, yeah. But what also is, if I say something and move the mouse, yeah, we can see the URL change, but also I want to change the hover. For that, we need to go in the anchor tag, and here I'm going to add mouse enter. On mouse enter, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say selected index to be equal with the index. And now if I save and come here and refresh, let's search. As you can see, the URL down there is changing, and also the hover. Good. Okay, next, what we can do. Also now, let's search, and if I enter here, nothing happens, so we need to also work with that. For this, I'm going to add on the key up dot enter. I'm going to call the on hit enter, and let's save and let's copy this and create the method down there. On here, I'm going to create the method on hit enter, and what I'm going to do is create a constant for the hit. Just say constant hit, which is going to be this results hits, and add this selected hit. So we get the hit, and then I'm going to say window dot location is going to be equal with what we have here. Yeah, let's copy that and do the same in here. Paste that, and then also I'm going to call this dot reset to reset the result, and also to reset the query. So if I save and let's come here and let's try again, scroll down, hit enter. Yeah, we navigated the articles. So let's see here again over. This is the article 3, as you can see here. And let's navigate with arrow up and down and click enter. And yeah, we navigated the /article/3. Good. What is to do? So we have the search, we can, oh yeah. Now as you can see, if I open, we need to move the mouse here and enter. So let's work with that also. If you go to the AlpineJS, and here you can search for the keyboard events, what we have worked. Also for the outside window and so on. But what I want is to use this focus. Okay, we need to install the plugin first. So let's install the plugin with copy and open the terminal. I'm going to terminate this and paste. And then install, run again the Meilisearch. Okay, then we need to import the focus and say Alpine plugin add the focus. Okay, copy that and open the app.js and paste that inside here. Let's save. Next, we need to add the X trap on the model. So I'm going to copy that and let's navigate in the Guest blade. And I'm going to add that X show. We have here X clock, and also we need to work with this X clock here. And I'm going to add this in here. X trap to open, not to open, but the modal open. I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Then what I want to do is in the input, I'm going to add X ref to be equal with, let's say, search input, like this, and copy that and navigate on the button when we say modal open to true. We don't need to say something like this, just say true here. And after that, I'm going to use the next tick. So let's say $sign next tick, and not modal open to false, but I want to say $sign refs and get the search input focus and close that here. And the same thing I want to do also. Let's copy in the key down meta key modal open to true. So when we open with keyboard event, do that, save, come here and refresh, and we have an error. Where is the error? Yes, results is not defined. Query, yeah, we need to Meilisearch is here running. Now we need to say npm run dev. Sorry for that. And refresh. Okay, now if I open, we have that focus on the input, and if I search for something, very good. Also, as you can see, it's going to remain here when we update the search. But let's fix that. It's going to be the last thing, I think. On the search here, when we have the console log, let's remove, and let's say this dot selected hit index to be 0. Okay, so save, come here. Yeah, let's search, and if I clean, yeah, it's going to go 0 again. Very good. I think we are okay. Escape, Command K, yeah, it's focus, very good. The last thing is to work with this X clock, because if I refresh, as you can see, we have that thing which I don't like. Let's go to the AlpineJS X clock here, and we need to add this thing in the guest. Up here, I'm going to add style, close, and paste that in. And in every X show, we need to add the X clock. So let's do that. And I think we have done in here, but let's move also up here. And let's save, come here, refresh, and as you can see, nothing happened. Very good. Command K, and it's working everything. That's it about this video, friends, and this tutorial. I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next one. All the best. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video.